Welcome back. Earlier on Monday, LA Knight confronted Seth Rollins about a rematch, but instead, Seth Rollins said he'll help him take down Trick if he gets off of his back, and I think LA Knight has agreed to those terms. Trick, in case you got bad memory, I said you're next. I had some business to take over at Raw, but bitch, I'm back. Yeah! I've noticed how the fists have been crumbling as of late. Y'all spread yourself too thin over on Raw, and since then your powers have diminished. And Trick, I like my chances. You can run all you want, but I can smell blood in the water, and you're cornered. LA Knight letting Trick Williams know that he is after him and his championship belt. His conquest starts anew. This is our opening match of the night, starting off with a man who just made Chad Gable tap out at Crown Jewel. He is proud of himself, chanting, "We the people." He thinks that he's ready for a title shot, and he might as well go after the one that has an opening, being Omos, the Continental Championship belt. No easier way to get in to a title match, but against a devastating opponent nonetheless. He just signed himself a death wish by going against the Grim Reaper. And as of late, Omos has lost his national championship on Raw to Tama Tonga, someone with blisteringly fast speed, someone he's never went against before. And there he has the Fifth Syndicate behind him, looking to oversee the match, as if he needs the help. But the Fifth Syndicate has kind of been crumbling in the past months, losing their belts on Raw. Obafemi losing his Intercontinental Championship at Crown Jewel because evidently someone like Omos and Trick Williams decided to show up when the match was already finished. Pin already happening, and they'd spent their whole entire time watching Obafemi get taken on by an army of luchadors, and they stood idly by doing nothing. But Omos, the champion, looking to defend his belt here tonight against Jack Swagger. And he has MVP and Bobby Lashley ringside to support him. Obafemi wish he would have had that. But there they are. Continental Championship on the line. Taking a look at his belt as if he's going to lose it. Jack Swagger has everything to gain here. Omos everything to lose. He does not want to see the Fifth Syndicate crumble under his watch. And with the match starting off, Omos starting with a headbutt onto Jack Swagger. As I had mentioned, the Fifth Syndicate, they have been all powerful for months, controlling all of WWE, but they have stretched themselves thin on Raw, on Smackdown. Even though they added people, it has not helped their cause because they have just become a little too dysfunctional. And Omos, he has somebody in Jack Swagger. He's bigger than his usual opponents in the Continental Division, but Jack Swagger throwing thousands of chops at Omos, and Omos can do nothing about it. This is the kind of offense that Omos was taking when Tama Tonga took his belt from him. Just relentless offense that I'm just not expecting out of Jack Swagger. He's able to get off a lot of hits onto Omos, and Omos is not doing well right now. He's actually getting dismantled by Jack Swagger. I guess Jack Swagger has had an abundance of confidence built into him after taking down Chad Gable at Crown Jewel, but there's a roll-up pin, and that goes nowhere. This could give an opening to Omos if Jack Swagger slips up even just a little bit, but they are going blow for blow, one after another, but this time Omos leading the charge. And that is a mistake from Jack Swagger, asking for a right from Omos, because Omos just put him down. It's a very interesting tale here on Smackdown. It appears LA Knight is back, and he has his aim on the crumbling fist. Omos wanting to retain his title, trying to maintain control and power over this division for the Smackdown fist. But Jack Swagger can really make a difference here, for the better or for the worse, opening up a spot for anyone aside from the Grim Reaper Omos, because no one's been able to topple him. And Jack Swagger getting out of that chokeslam, because that could have been it for him. He thinks that he might have the chance at opening up this division, and the crumbling fist could be completely done with that Swagger bomb. The pin's happening. 1, 2, and a kick out from Omos. I understand him. He's feeling a whole lot of frustration on not being able to take down Omos, but Omos getting locked into an ankle lock, and there's a rope break. He got saved by a rope break. I don't know if Omos could have gotten out of that one. He lost his other belt to a tap out, and that could have been the same for him. And there's another pin. 1, 2, and a kick out again from Omos. If Jack Swagger could get another submission move on to Omos, I don't like the chances for Omos, because it just seems as if his invincibility has been shattered once Tama Tonga put him down. Tala Tonga, on the other hand, he had help. Tala had help, and that was pretty much the only way he was able to beat Omos. But Jack Swagger, just in a surprising show of work here, he is dominating Omos, and Omos laid out on the ground on the outside. And Jack Swagger looking to meet him out there, breaking the count. And Omos not able to knock down Jack Swagger at all. This is a surprise, and there's going to be... I thought he was going to go for another ankle lock on the outside and really damage Omos. You know, being the height that he is, anything that happens to the legs can be devastating. We have a 6 count. Jack Swagger looking like he wants to win by count out, even though that would not get him a championship win. Omos still out at the count of 9. And Jack Swagger wins by count out, which does not mean he wins the championship belt. Omos retains. And what seems to be a cycle here on SmackDown of the never-ending fucking count-out wins. God damn, man. He's fucking stupid. He should have got out there and got the champion back in to win that belt, but no. Omos retains because he's a fucking idiot and he won by count-out. 2K, what's up with the fucking count-outs? Ah, and that son of a bitch, Chad Gable, walking out with that Women's United States Championship. I'm sure he's about to complain about what happened last night on that pay-per-view at Crown Jewel. Congratulations, Jack Thwagger. You got lucky beating an injured man. I tweaked my ankle the night before kicking Ricochet in your ass for this belt. And you know what? Fuck you. Fuck you and your lisp, making me relinquish this championship belt. And that leads me to my next point. Finally, the belt is no longer being held by a misogynist dictator, Ricochet. You should have never had this belt. And in fact, I shouldn't have this belt. Women have rights in this country, and this belt belongs to them. Well, it belongs to one woman specifically, and this Women's United States Championship belt belongs to a real American woman, and her name is Ivy Nile. Go ahead and cheer for her, because she is your new United States Women's Champion. What a bunch of ping pong of reactions I'm getting here. You know, he's turning face, he's turning heel, he's saying good things, he's saying bad things, but man, fuck this guy. And we're getting a not lovely, appearance from our general manager, MVP, the manager of the Fist Syndicate. I've been looking at the quarterly reports, and I've got to say, business is booming. The Fist Syndicate holds all the gold on Smackdown, and the shareholders are investing in Syndicate stocks. That is right. Wait a minute.
Hello, Mr. General Manager, whatever your name is. I want my title shot. I want it now. I hope your resume is up to date, because I'm going to call those shareholders and tell them how bad you are at your job. No, I'll call your boss. What's your boss's number? You want to get fired?
No. And the name's MVP. Chelsea Green complaining to the general manager, something that I would expect her to do. Jesus. And next up, the next match, we have Penta, the Intercontinental Champion, who had just beat Obafemi. And yet again, he's double champion. Apparently, sometime on AAA, he regained that AAA championship belt. Seemingly, he just does this all the time. And now he's double champ once again, holding the Intercontinental Champion again. And I heard rumors that he wants to face off against his brother in a title match. And because it's his brother, he wants to make it happen. He wants his brother to be the first person that he defends the belt against. And that brother, his name is Ray Phoenix, and apparently he also is AAA champion over there. I can't tell which one, but he is also champion. And these brothers are just trying to pass each other the belts, apparently. I see what's going on here. I see the little circus game that they got going on. And the fans want Penta to retain, seeing as how they're calling for Let's Go Penta.
Introducing the challenger from
And here we go, let's get this match started. We have the Lucha Bros looking to square off for this Intercontinental Championship belt. And I'm expecting to see A whole lot of high flying out of the two of these. And we're starting off that way already as Penta gets his knees up on Ricochet. On, I wanted to say Ricochet. On Rey Fenix. And a whisper in the wind on his brother. He's going for that pin. And a kick out right away. And the crowd is behind Penta. Penta has a way of getting the crowd on his side. And he's got Rey Fenix on his shoulders. It seemed pretty impossible. But at Crown Jewel, Penta was able to beat Obafemi, but it was not alone. He had the help of his brother and Dragon Lee, all helping him. It took an army to beat Omos, and that was the only way it was going to happen. The Fist practically didn't even come out at all to help Obafemi. Obafemi had to take on the three of them all on his own, and Penta was able to seal the deal and become Intercontinental Champion. And the Fist has crumbled. They've honestly crumbled. Their power has diminished. And it's really crazy to say, but Penta is part of the reason why they crumbled. I never thought I'd see the day that the Smackdown Fist would lose their gold in the way that they have. Losing it all on Raw, and then losing them on SmackDown. I guess LA Knight was right in the fact that they spread themselves way too thin, and that caused them to lose their power, lose their strength that they had. They had the numbers, but apparently the coordination isn't there anymore, because they were just spread out way too thin. And Penta looking to put his brother away, but Rey Fenix not letting that happen. It's just crazy. SmackDown is a different landscape now. Completely different from the time that LA Knight had left when they were at the top of their powers. And LA Knight has come back at the very right time. He gambled, and he gambled right with Seth Rollins. He got a championship win. He agreed to the terms that Seth Rollins set out, that he'll help him take on Trick Williams here on SmackDown. And that's really given him the perfect picture to also put the Fist in the dirt. But these two brothers have been putting on a hell of a show so far. And either one of them can be Intercontinental Champion. But Penta getting dodged out the way in a hurricanrana out of nowhere from Rey Fenix, and Rey Fenix going to the balcony, and he's off of it, the barricade. A super kick that did not quite land. But this time it is. No. Yup. We got a 6 count. And Rey Fenix is wasting time. It's a 9 count. And Penta able to break the count. Going for a Penta driver on Rey Fenix. Rey Fenix in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, and a kick out from the brother. The younger brother, Rey Fenix, not letting his older brother put him down just yet. It must be a dream for them to be able to wrestle in the WWE against each other. And Penta going for a Mexican destroyer that I know Rey Fenix is not getting back up from. 1, 2, 3, and Penta is still the Intercontinental Champion. Putting on an excellent match with his brother, retaining the belt, and just having fun with him. But just look at him. Double champion. Once again, gluttonous for gold. Penta just can't have enough of it. as he retains. And the ruler, no longer Intercontinental Champion. And I know his blood is boiling and he is coming out here to let everybody know what is on his mind. It took an army. It took an army to beat the ruler. I'm not happy about losing my championship. I am not happy losing it to that coward Penta. But I am most unhappy with the absence of my brothers. Omos, Trick, you allowed them to wage war against me and stood idly by. I shall do the same for not having my back. The crumbling of the fist seems to continue as they did not help Obafemi in that match that he had against Penta, and he's looking to repay the favor. And we have Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green complained to MVP so then she could get herself a match. She wanted a title shot, and it looks like she's going to get it here tonight as Chelsea Green returns to in-ring action on Smackdown, complaining her way to the main event to get that title shot she demanded. And really just complained for. Here we go, Stephanie Bacquer. Not Stephanie Bacquer at all. I guess she was not clear enough when she said she wanted a title shot. MVP decided he'll give her whatever title shot he wants to give. And the newly minted United States champion back in the women's division, Ivy Nile, is the person that Chelsea Green has to take on tonight. She was expecting a world title shot, but she got a title shot nonetheless in Ivy Nile. It is back where it belongs, in the women's division with women. With women. Let's be honest here. Where it should have belonged the whole entire time, but Ricochet just had to take it. And we have Chelsea Green going up against Ivy Nile here in the main event for that United States title, and that's fucking Chad Gable. Chad Gable is the fucking special guest referee in this match. Who would have fucking guessed that this would have been the outcome? But Chelsea Green asked for a title match, was too vague, and she got a US title match against Ivy, and Ivy, in her wisdom, brings Chad fucking Gable to help her out here in this match and be the referee. And Ivy Nile, again, the newly minted champion, going for a Rough Rider. She didn't win this belt. Chad Gable did, winning it off of Ricochet a couple of weeks ago. And Chad Gable, being the honorable man that he is, gave it back to the women's division, but he had to give it back to someone in his own group, Ivy Nile, who's had enough opportunities. Let someone else get an opportunity, but Ivy Nile constantly with the belt. And this time it's her third time with the belt. And she's figured out a new plan, having Chad Gable as a special guest referee this time around against Chelsea Green. And Chelsea just trying to make lemonades out of lemon here, or whatever the fuck. Just trying to get something out of it, because she did ask for a title match. She's going for that pin. Chad Gable waiting for a whole new millennia to count that pin. And she's going for another pin, like Chad Gable's going to do anything differently here. And kickouts at 1. Ivy Nile out-muscling Chelsea Green here. And Chad Gable is not going to do Chelsea any kind of favors at all. Believe me that. because he just gave Ivy Nile the championship belt. I know he's going to want to keep it in Ivy's hands. And Chelsea Green saluting, and the fans are booing. No one likes a complainer, and no one likes a Karen. Complaining to the manager to get what you want. And an MVP doing the smart thing here. You know, this belt has to be defended every other week. So it's not like he gave her an actual title shot. He wasn't being nice. He just gave her what was already on the table. Chelsea Green could have went out there and gone for that championship belt anyways. But a Hurricanrana out of Chelsea Green, kind of surprising me out there. But we got a 6 count, and Chelsea Green not realizing how late it is into the count and should probably get into the ring because it's a 7 count. She could get Ivy back into the ring, but she better move fast before Chad Gable counts her out. She took the long way around to get inside the ring. Top of the turnbuckle, back to the outside, and then into the bottom rope. Chelsea Green, she's an enigma. And oh my God, Chad Gable taking it into his own hands, beating a woman. Jesus Christ, he's no better than Ricochet. As Ivy Nile goes for a crossbody, somehow Chelsea gets her knees up and she just rough-rided Chad Gable. I know Chad Gable, that son of a bitch, is going to ring the bell as soon as he gets up. Chelsea Green just disqualified herself. She sealed her own fate here. Because Ivy Nile now putting the beating on Chelsea as Chad Gable is taking a siesta and just pretending to be as fragile as possible. And there it is. He called it for the disqualification. I knew it. Pretty much cheating Chelsea Green out of a championship win.